About Bruno Mars is getting a lot better. Yeah, that new Gaga record with him.
I was just going to say, I was Gaga today all day.
All day. Even though we're going to talk about that Joker 2 movie. We'll do that later. But no, they called me. They were like, can you do it? So I hit them back, and I was like, hey, listen, do you think the Mr. Rogers Foundation would give us the rights to, like, remix the original song? And they're like, yeah, Fry's like, we'll talk to them. We get back. They're like, yeah. So they said, yes, you can have the rights to do it. Shout out to my boy Darren Grant and Sherrod Evers. I hit up Darren. He's like amazing producer. He's the one that wanted with me. And I told him they sent us the original record. He chopped it up. I originally wrote 2 verses to it, and then we recorded the sessions called WQED sessions. We recorded it, and we did the music video. DJ Chevy was in it, who was there yesterday, one of my tour DJs, and we put it out. It went out. It was done. It was like great. They were like, Frizz, you're the only one that did it like this. Cool. Maybe like a month later, they hit me up. They're like, hey, it did really good on TV. Like, broke a ratings record. So we have like a WQED conference in Vegas. We're going to take it. We're going to play it on the big screen, on the big TV, on the big strip. We're going to see how it does. I was like, oh, cool. Let me know how it go. Yeah, I'm not going. You're not paying for my ticket. So they leave. They hit me back, and they're like, hey, so Vegas went great. We broke another record in Vegas. We think we're going to put it up for an Emmy. And I was like, I don't really know what that means. That's great. I'm only focused on the Grammy, right? I'm like, huh. And they're like, we're going to put it for the Emmy. I'm like, okay, let me know how it goes. And they're like, hey, listen, like, this is looking like a really serious thing nationwide. We're going to do like an Emmy nomination party. We want you to come. We don't know what's going to happen. It's not our choice, but you should come. And I think at that moment I was like, oh, this could really be a thing. Like, I could really, once again, it was one of those like Jay-Z symphony moments where I was like, in my mind, I didn't think I was big enough to win that. Anyway, the nomination came through. Got it, lost my mind, went to the Emmys, won. I had my speech ready. So I tried to act like I didn't have my speech ready, man. Where
were the Emmys?
So LA, and then they also had a local one in Philadelphia, which was great. So got a chance to go to both, which was awesome. And then it was so funny because I was actually here's a humbling story, just so that people understand. This is something I never told. I was speaking at Berkeley right after the Emmys, and I had like money coming in, and the money didn't come in. It didn't like hit the time it was supposed to hit. So I didn't have a hotel room. So I had a car, and I was like, I'm gonna drive from Boston to New York because I was meeting with Steve Madden. It was my first meeting with Steve Madden after I won the Emmy because they had hit me up right after I won. So I'm going to this big meeting with Steve Madden and his assistant Nancy. Shout out to Nancy. And this is like one of the biggest meetings in my life because my career, because I'm about to get this. Maybe I can get this deal with Steve Madden. So I'm driving. And I had nowhere to stay, and the meeting was in the morning. So in my mind, I'm like, cool, I'll leave like certain time. I'll get a hotel room, I'll chill out, and then go to the meeting. It was in Manhattan too. Once I found out I don't have enough money at that point to get it in, they're like, I had gas money, and then I was like, yo, the money didn't hit. I didn't have anything, and I couldn't. It was middle of the night, so I had the Emmy in the car with me. I pulled over, and like on the side of the road, and went to sleep with the Emmy in my hand.
Oh my gosh.
So that by the morning, then timed it to the morning, then went, did what they call it, the poor man wash up. Shout out to them baby wipes, you know what I'm saying? Hit the spots, you know what I'm saying? And then went to that meeting and ended up, that was the first step of me getting the deal. And I also got a parking ticket because I was rushing and I was late. You know, New York looking for a reason. They look for a reason. Right. They're like, oh, you sneezed? Parking ticket. So, but I was rushing. So, like, because I had to wash up on the side of the road, get in the car, all while having this amazing Emmy in this gold box that comes in this. And but I got to the meeting, and the rest led to the Steve Madden deal.
Oh my gosh!
So, but it's crazy. People don't see the commercial breaks, right? They only see the editing. So, and that's what everybody online is an amazing editor. Say that the least. So
Wow. That was a great story.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Vulnerable. Frostbite. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes you got to whisper it. You know what I mean? It sounds better when you whisper it because it's more emotional. But yeah, but it's crazy to think about being in that space of, just having enough for gas money to now, which one of y'all probably have seen, it's not in the bio yet, but I just did, I have to deal with the airport, with the Pittsburgh International Airport and Frontier, where they're flying me all around. We're doing ads of my faces on every screen in the airport. So I'm flying around crazy. We're on private jets. It's wild to see how much, and also that these awards, these moments don't define you. They don't guarantee you anything.
Right.
They look great on the shelf, and they're hard to get and hard to earn, and I love it and I want more, but it doesn't
Yeah.
It's not paying the bills.
Well, when that happened, you could have very easily said, I can't do it. I
Yeah.
can't go. I'm going to turn around.
Right.
I don't.
Many people
I'm
would.
not going to sleep in my car.
Right.
I'm not going to make this. This isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I give up.
Yeah.
That could have very easily happened. And I'm sure we don't hear about those stories.
Right.
Of
Right.
the person that's like, oh, well, I could have did that, but I didn't have a place to stay, so
Right.
I
Right.
didn't go.
Well, you know what's interesting is that people don't. You never really hear those versions, right? You hear people being like, "Oh, well, Oprah Winfrey didn't make it till she was 45," and then because everybody likes to just talk about the success.
Right.
I need people to fall in love with my footprints. Like I need those, you know what I mean? Those journeys. That's what it's all about. When I get to know somebody, I need to know what got you here. I don't care about the destination because that destination is going to change. If you do the right thing, that destination is going to change every time.
Exactly.
You know, so it even happened to me last night, right? I got on the, the Table magazine cover, black rapper with, everybody was going crazy. The first phone calls I get are people like, cool, dog, so what's next? Like, what we doing? I'm like, this hasn't been 24 hours. Like, can I take this? But then,
Take a breath.
But those are the same people that are like, make sure you take it in, man. Make sure you take the time to like appreciate the situation. Also, let me know what we doing out here. You know what I mean? Like, what's next? What's going on? Well, like, how big is that? What does that lead to? It's like, it's just like, now being in a space in your career. I remember when I used to tell people I was a rapper and they go, spit something. Let me hear you rap right now. Prove it to me. I'm like, you don't meet a quarterback and go throw a football. You know.
Right.
So I remember that used to be a goal for me to get to a point in my career where people didn't ask me to.
However, you were on with Bubba and Melanie.
Yes.
And Melanie said, can you rap like right now?
Oh,
You're like, sure.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was listening that time and I was like, oh my gosh. He literally just like comes out of nowhere, starts rapping.
Right. Well, that was I love that I can do it. I just did a TED Talk. That's what my TED Talk was about.
Yeah.
Was because UPMC studied my brain and found out what made me a genius and all that cool stuff like that. It's wild. Yeah, you can Google
That's
it.
part two.
That's part two. That's Frost Nibbles.
The way you come up with it is
Yeah. I mean, we could
unbelievable.
do one now if you want to.
You want to end it with that?
Or it was always that. No, I want a Frost
Yeah.
question.
We'll end it with that, but if you want to do something.
Okay, well, just say anything you want. Pick up any word or any TV show or anything. I'll tell you how I do it too.
You can do it. It's your show.
You want me to pick?
You can anything in the world. I'm an information junkie, so you can pick like a show, something. I said anything that like stands out to you. Anything you want.
Well, you want to do an owl?
You can. It's up to you. You the queen. You running this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here a dragon. I'm trying to. You know what I mean?
Dragon.
I'm a dragon. You out here Daenerys. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the creative one. I'm looking at frostbite
Just gonna
questions.
Throw a couple.
You can just pick one. Just pick one thing. I'll show you how I do it. It can be a TV show you grew up on. Anything.
TV show I grew up on.
It can be that. Yeah. It can be your favorite movie.
All right, let's keep it weird.
Okay, let's go weird.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Perfect. Okay, now when you say this, it's great. I love this. So I talked about this in the TED Talk. The way my brain works is like a supercomputer. It was one of the things that they learned about me. They put like me in an MRI machine. They had me freestyle and gave me different words randomly and saw how quickly my brain did it. And my brain doesn't have like the 2-second delay. It's just a really cool thing. So when you say it, automatically my brain and my body work as two separate entities. So my brain goes into my archives and pulls out everything that I know about Dukes of Hazzard quickly. As soon as you said it, I already had the rap at that moment. Now, what's cool about it is now I have to factor in the different pieces. I got to factor in how old you are. I got to factor in how much you watch the show. I got to factor in what will stand out to you. I also got to factor in the people that are watching this. So I can't say something that might be just personal to you if it doesn't hit them. They're going to think it was whack, right? Right. So I can easily go, oh, you said Dukes of Hazzard. That's a cool bar. No, make me come pick you up in that orange car, right? Now that's easy. Right? Yeah. So, but then I can do it in different layers that I don't have to say Dukes of Hazzard, but the reference makes people think of Dukes of Hazzard. Right? So I'm like, now I know you like that rap. She laughed. It was really good. I know you ain't black, but you should come and slide to the hood. Now, slide to the hood, when they got in the car, they would slide over. Right? So it's all about getting it to that place and trying to teach people these different levels. My brain is giving me options. So though I'm freestyling, I'm really reading off of loose leaf paper, brain loose leaf paper to get it. But then I know if I'm on here talking to you, right? And I'm like, oh, you did that. I don't really want to brag. I could really talk about how that car had the Confederate flag. Then that's something that I know would hit more of the black viewers. So at that, I get opportunities to decide how I want to show that off, how I want to move that, and how I want to reference it. But I know, too, from us talking, what's going to make you laugh and what's not going to make you laugh. So I can be like, I'm glad I did that good. You laughed. That was a smile. Now, if I jump in that car, you better have the windows rolled down. So it's
endless,
fun.
yeah.
So it's endless possibilities because I'm such an information junkie that I watched that show. I remember that show, and I was able to maintain and hold on to it. It's a gift and a curse, and I remember everything I experienced.
What did you do if you knew nothing about Dukes of Hazzard?
You know what's so funny? I haven't run into that yet, but at least I've run into situations where I don't know details about it, but I know like somebody will say, well, I'm going to give you an example. I'm a nerd, so I know Pokemon, but let's say somebody said Pokemon, and I didn't know anything about Pokemon. I do know Pikachu. Right? I do know that they throw Pokeballs. So I know for a lot of people, all they need to do is hear it once.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that this society has cheated on. I talked about this in the TikTok. They cheat where they'll just use the word you told me in a rap and not reference anything in a rap. And then that usually impresses people. So you were like Dukes of Hazzard, and I would have not known Hazzard, but I would have thought, okay, what rhymes with Hazzard? Right? Or I would have like, what rhymes with Duke? And then I would have said it back to you. You know, I'm like, oh, it's Halloween season. Allow me to spook. You said Hazard. You better be talking about Duke. And everybody was like, oh! But that would have been a slick way of getting away with it because I didn't know anything about it. And then people were like, oh, he be spitting out here. Da, 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 da. And now I know that it's also a TV show because I told you to pick a TV show. So then my next bar would be about a TV show. Next bar would be about cable. And then I would end it with something that was super dope about like you or how you look or hopefully you'll watch the show. We can remake the show. Some stupid shit. But I would get away with it. People would not even. But I love. Once again, I do nothing little. I need it to make sense. I need people to really be in the comment section of this show, breaking down them bars. So, yeah.
Say no more. That's all we needed.
Okay, Steph, hit me with this. You know what I mean? Let me stretch out. Let me take a sip. Right. Hold on, I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah. Tell me something good. Well, let me not finish that. I don't want to pay for copyright. I want us to get a claim on YouTube.
I'm like, did you already touch on this one?
Okay. Boom. Because you said touch on. Yeah.
Here we go.
And your shirt color is giving Frost, by the way. It's the color of Frost.
Mine or yours?
Yeah, yours.
All right. We all encounter cold, hard truths along the way. What's a frostbite that woke you up and changed your perspective?
That is dope. No one's ever asked me that. Wow.
Picked a good one.
What's a frostbite that changed my perspective? Huh.
Uh-oh.
I got a couple of them, but this one's a good one.
Okay.
And I'll make it quick. The title of it would be that being good is not good enough. That being great is not good enough. Being talented is not good enough. I used to think that because I was the best rapper in the room, that it was an automatic. They're going to pick me. Because I used to battle when I first started rapping, when my name was Freestyle before it was Frzy. When Frzy was just my AKA before I got my first demo deal with Sony. I remember I did some stuff here. I was on the radio. They sent me to New York. So I'm in the mecca of hip hop. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm in the mecca of hip hop. And they put me in this. I remember I had to go to the Pyramid Club and they had like a rap outside of Hot 97, which is obviously still huge, but it was with DJ K-Slay. And it was to get on his show, you had to battle. And the winner of that rap battle got to go upstairs to go on his mixtape show, which was at 3 a.m. But it's New York, everybody listening. So at the time, my management down there, they bring me down there. I do the battle and I kill him, murder him, and I'm like, oh my! In my mind, I finished the last rap. Everybody's reacting, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to go on Hot 97. This is crazy. And they get done, they're like, all right. He's like, all right, cool. Blah 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 blah. Let's go upstairs. And I'm like, hey, when do I get to go upstairs? He was like, the fuck out of here, dog. What you talking about?
Oh.
Didn't even care. Didn't even care because those were his boys. So the woman goes, well, listen, Funkmaster Flex, who's the biggest DJ, one of the biggest DJs in the world, still is. Shout out to Flex. They go, he'll be here in the morning. I had my demo tapes because at the time I had recorded 3 songs with Sony. I had them printed out. He's like, Funkmaster Flex will be here in the morning. You know, if you want to give him your demo, let him know you won last night. So I was staying in Brooklyn at my aunt's house. The trains had stopped running. It was snowing. Oh, shit. So I'm like, I had my little phone, wasn't a flip. I was still playing Snake. I set my alarm. I slept on a bench in front of Hot 97. And I remember being in my coat, bundled up. I slept. I set my timer. I woke up. Here he comes. I woke up at 6 a.m. He got there about 7:15. I'm sitting on the bench. I'm freezing. He gets there. I'm like, hey, I won the DJ K-Slay rap last night. It didn't bring me up, but they said I could like meet you this morning. I'm not trying to go up. I just would like to give you my demo, my numbers on there, my emails on there. And he's like, man, get this shit the fuck out. It flings it. I never forget the sound of it hitting the wind, but it was humbling. And I went home. I got in trouble because I was out all night. They're like, what you was doing? Phone died on the way. Had one Metro card for one ride on the Q train. I never forget it. And that whole ride home, I was sitting there and I was like, okay, it's also who you know, because who you know gets you in the door. How good you are, keep you in the room. And I learned that very quickly. So that was like chewing ice.
Yeah, wow.
With a nerve exposed. You know what I mean?
Chewing ice.
You know how that feel. You know what I'm saying? Look. Okay, can I get one more, Fries? Can I get one more? I know we gotta go.
One more?
One more.
What's a frostbite moment where everything seemed to freeze and you had to rethink your next move? How did you thaw things out?
The bars in these questions?
I didn't make them.
How did I thaw things out where everything froze? How did I thaw things out? That's really good. Wow.
You know, that's how we do.
I see y'all out here. I see y'all. It's giving Frosty the Snowman.
You asked for it.
That's magical. Magical. I would have to say, okay, let's keep it real. We're keeping it real here on Frostbites.
You know we do.
What's this year? 2024. Last year I did a symphony show. 2023. I won the Emmy 2018, 2019. Now this is a different, I want to preface this with, this is a different group of people who are running the symphony, not the ones who are running it now. Shout out to my boy Bob at the Vault. At the time, he's on the board of the symphony. Hopefully, he don't mind me putting out this business. But I was like, I think I'm big enough. I had just won an Emmy, so I'm on a high. I'm doing everything. I'm pressed everywhere around the whole United States. I'm like, I'm gonna pitch them about doing a show. Maybe they'll do a Frzy show. Maybe they'll do. And at the time, they were doing. I can't remember what it was called, but they were like merging hip hop and like different songs. They had a conductor there who was doing it. So I'm like, they going, damn, man, I got it. Nelly had just did one.
I love that.
The Nelly one was crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So Bob gets me in touch with them. I meet the symphony people and they're just like, no. Like, I mean, like rude. Like they wouldn't even talk to me. And I'm like, Bob, I just want a conversation. Because for me, I'm confident enough that if I have a conversation with you, I could probably make you say yes. Like, you know what I mean? I can have a conversation one-on-one. They wouldn't even get on the phone with me. Like, and Bob is like a powerful dude. He was like, yo, Frizz, like, I got you. Like, we'll work it out. And I'm like hurting. Like, damn. Like, my Emmy not enough. Like, they had just named the day after me. I was in the parade. I'm like, yo, Golden is playing on Monday Night Football. Golden is playing every time the Steelers win. So I'm like, yo, I got what y'all need from me out here. They was like, laughed at me. You think you with the Pittsburgh? You think you gonna be in this build? They wouldn't even meet. And then I went to the meeting. We went to Hats Hall. They wouldn't even meet with me. In that moment, it hurt because I was like, because for a long time, I was good enough. I was Frizzy, like, yo, Frizz is amazing. Like, there was no one that was saying no to me for any opportunity that I wanted. And that was like the first time in a long time that somebody just didn't care who I was. And then especially in that world, they were just like, this is the classical where you better buy a ticket.
So you froze a little bit.
So I froze. And I had to figure out how to thaw out. And I realized that I need to keep shining like the sun that I am. And, you know, the only thing that makes the ice is allergic to is the sun. And I shine so bright that last year we sold that thing out. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
So yeah. So it was good. Yeah, just being bright, continuing to be hot, continuing to be bright, continue to shine and be a light for people, and continue to be a star. A lot of people forget that the sun is a star.
That's a great ending.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Buy some gloves for them frostbites.
I love it. That's
Yep.
great.
Oh man. Dang. Okay. Oof, look at we out here.
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry.
thank you.
I'm sorry. I was talking. Y'all had me going. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Round one.
All right.
Right, round one. Part one. Look out for big wigs. Part two coming soon. You know what I mean? White mugs and long hugs. Bars.
All right, guys. We're going to have to definitely come back for another one, but that's it for today with Frizzy. Thank you so much for watching. I think there's definitely going to be a part two. But that's it for us for right now. Thank you. We'll see you back here again.